Alright, y'all sent me a lot of moves for me to critique, so I'm just working through my DMs, getting to all of them. And yeah, you can see the number there, but that does not even include the requests, which there's quite a few of those as well. So we're working through them. Probably got a lot of episodes of these, actually. If we're being honest, we probably got a lot of episodes out of these that I can make. So hopefully you enjoy them. I'm gonna try and get to all of them, and we're gonna try and be thorough, trying to get to all my thoughts, frame by frame. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I got some exciting names in here. I got some exciting names. So you're gonna wanna, if you want some exclusive moves, stay tuned to the JTree YouTube channel, all that. And if there's banging on my roof, sorry, I think they're working on it. I think they've kind of been doing that for a while now. Ugh. All right, so let's just get into it because the last episode was pretty long. All right, so first one. Okay, first one is from Raphael Ketter, who I'm not super familiar with actually. So how are we gonna do this? We got some good content here. How about shall I go on? Shall I go on this side? Sorry, I want to make sure the format looks good because it kind of looks not the best before. Okay, we can make this a bit bigger. I'm not watching the move, by the way. I'm literally just trying to format this because also, if you're new here, we don't edit these. Okay, this is raw thoughts, as Kendrick once said. This is raw. Okay, so this kind of is a format, right? Okay, and now I will start watching now. Oh, is it multiple moves? Or is it one move? Okay, no, it's one move. I missed the morning. I got coffee this time. So hopefully my thoughts will be more coherent than it was at night. Me with the apple juice. Okay, so this is a interesting move to critique. Okay, so how do you explain? And also, yeah, it's so hard to pause on this. And the window is weird. Whoa, I have to scroll? Okay. Oh, we should probably do that then. Okay. That'll make it easier. We can go full screen. Okay, now we gotta maybe readjust the window we have a bit. Or is it still perfect? Oh, it's still perfect. Alright, so this is, we were kind of talking in yesterday's episode. Well, I don't know when these are going to go up, but one thing that we were talking about, sorry, I got to center myself. One thing that I was talking about was like the idea of a trap grip. This is kind of one of those. This is a super awkward grip that you have to be super careful about. I mean, Fairfax, of course, like, is great. However, that's really one of the only times I've seen that grip kind of work. So it's a grip that we have to be careful about. I think we get out of it kind of well going like this, I believe. There really has to be, to justify having this grip, you have to kind of get into it in a cool way and get out of it in a cool way. So let's take a look if we actually do that, because my eyes are immediately drawn to that grip because it takes up so much space, not only just like on like our screen, but just like think about the fingers of it. It takes up so much finger real estate and structure real estate. So let's see how we are dealing with it. Greg opener, and we just grab it from there. Oh, in a Z grip type vibe. Yeah. Actually, interesting idea of opening a Z grip from that. That's actually a really cool idea. That I wish maybe, I think a different angle could have. Yeah, doing a Z grip from Fairfax grip is actually a pretty compelling idea to me. However, I think that the angle does not really allow us to see that very much, and I think that that angle is pretty bad for having this. Because you're filming from like this. Like you want to be able to see everything else and not what this is blocking. And this is blocking quite a bit of stuff. So I think we can say that we get into it in an interesting way. However, I kind of wish that maybe instead of just doing like a Charlier type vibe here, maybe this could have done something different, because we have an interesting, I think, idea with the whole Z grip, or I guess this is a reverse Z grip, whatever. But I think we could have done something more interesting from that concept, and I think we, instead of what you do here, right, is we're here and we're in Fairfax or whatever, and we just go to death grip, which, as you can see, we already have a death grip up here, and then we just get another one. Instead of doing that, I think an idea of getting out of it, is like rolling it into a different type of grip, or spinning it out. Usually are going to be the cooler, kind of less awkward ways of getting out of it. And I think if you did that, basically I'm asking you to maybe consider reworking it after this opener. Because I do like that motion, however now we're in double death grip. And in that, this is all you can really do, is have two base packets and roll like a Charlier vibe on it. Because those are like the four most important fingers, pretty much. Like, these are like the most important fingers. You can't really do much with these. So we've put ourselves in an awkward situation. So I propose, you do your Greg opener, you do your Fairfax Z grip vibe, and I suggest maybe just like going into a different direction with it, because there's a lot of cool things you can do from there. And I don't think you're setting yourself up for success by going into double death grip Fairfax with two base packets. Because then, once again, when you have two base packets, two death grips, there's not really much that you can do that is interesting. However, I think we're getting somewhere, you know what I mean? We're getting somewhere. And, the good coves, love that deck. Love that deck. Cheers. And beyond that, I feel like commenting on the rest of the move almost doesn't really make sense for me, because also, is there sound? I didn't even put on my headphones. Nope. Okay. So I feel like commenting on the rest of the move doesn't make sense when really it kind of, my problems come so early on. But once again, I think this closer could have been more succinct. If you want to keep the first part of the move the same, from here, once again, closing from double death grip is gonna be pretty impossible. I think you could do it in a different way. I like the idea of trying to keep it as short as possible. However, maybe if you played, because this is a symmetrical shape that we have at this point. I think if you played on that and did some parallel motion, and then like a 4-2, or not even a 4-2, but just play here, something that has that parallel vibe, I think will make the closer look a little bit less awkward, because it is a bit awkward. And I think that's my main comments for you, Raphael Kidder. Boom. Now, next one, I'm going to try not leak all of my DMs, if that's possible. Okay, we're just going to block. Gonna block that. Okay, who's next? Ben. Alright, Ben Bisalian. Alright, now this is the hard part for me, okay? Formatting it. How do I make it? Oh wait, we do full screen. That's what we do. zoom out. We're working on it. Hey, look, if you're sticking around, fucking thanks for sticking around through all this, you know? Okay. And now we watch. Oh, this is interesting. I feel like I haven't seen a move like this in forever. Bring this back. Just a casual 4-packet spinny that isn't a spinny. And just that, like, the floppiness of it. That's something that we've really just gone away from. Alright, so this is a weird one for me to judge. Okay, first of all, just the framing of it, of this all, like the bed, the pooped missing deck, and like the maroon hoodie is giving Greg vibes so hard. I just have to comment on that. The chords and the nails not giving Greg as much, but the rest of it is giving Greg. Okay, so this is a weird one to comment on because there's a lot of this I actually really like. However, there are parts of it that I'm like a little. Well, it's not even that. Okay. I really like the closer, and by the closer I mean the last close from here. I love that. Okay, let me get the mouse out. Actually, let's get the mouse out. I like. Oh god, it's lagging. I like that. This from here. That feels so good, and that feels like the closer. However, what I don't like is that. Although it makes sense with the closer, it doesn't make sense with what came before it. But I love that closer so much, and I love the toss, like everything. That's it. That's like my stuff right there. So we get to like here. So I like the opener a lot, right? Okay, the pinky, no one's doing that. I like that. I like doing the skater cut with pinky. That's great. That coming through, great. That, okay, I can see the vibe. However, that we kind of had two motions that I think were kind of not used to our full potential. I like this pushing both. I think it's a cool like idea, and then pushing it again. It gets a bit kind of what's the word I'm really looking for here? Yeah, it gets a bit awkward. It doesn't really fit with this opener kind of spinny vibe. And I think the one push from the base packet is fine, but then I think doing it again doesn't really fit the vibe of that. So if at this point, you know, you were to like say re-grip the two of spades maybe, because I see this thumb coming here on the corner. Maybe a possibility of if I don't know if you're really looking to change the move, you know, because you know that's always a thing. But maybe you're re-gripping it, and you can get your pinky on to the corner, and now you know you have this base packet, you have this, but you have like some other spinny packet here, and then you can get into some surprise double spin type vibe, and then you can still you can almost be more floppy with two of these spin packets. I feel like that could open up a whole new line of thinking, and yeah, that's okay. Maybe a different angle would make that feel a bit better with the base packet here. But something you could also do is continue that push. So we push it. How do we do it? How do I explain? So you're here, whatever, and you got like this, and you like push it. What if it then, you know, you found a way to continue that motion of it going like, you know, you did something like that, like here, oh, 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 and you like rolled it out around a little bit. I think there's a lot of stuff that we could explore here. And we don't need to close it. We could continue this motion. We could do some spins, do all that stuff. I do love that closer though. That closer is fire. Okay. And that's a cool little thing. I think that maybe another thing that we could consider doing here is not going flat. So, okay, how do I explain going flat? Basically, to me, going flat means you have it like down here, and then kind of having more like layers would be like here, like when you're in the fingers, right? There's like being in the fingers, which is like, you know, you're here, this type of stuff. I'm thinking like, who's really good at that? Being in the fingers, like Griff or something. Griff is like a pretty finger type of guy. And then there's like in the palm, and that's kind of, I tend to be in the palm quite a bit. I play around with that kind of half spaces in the hands and all these weird grips you can get to with the palm. And then but there has to be some type of balance when you do that. Like I have like a move here. There has to be some type of finger vibe as well as the palm vibe, right? So here we have the finger, 2 fingers, 2 palms in that move from Fluidity. And in this case, it's like 3 palm, 1 fingers at this point in time. And when you kind of have 3 fingers all going to palm all at once, which is kind of what happens here, it feels like we lose steam and momentum, if that makes sense. So one thing that we could do is not go to the palm so quick. We just dump pretty much these 3 to the palming, and this is what I call like going flat, because we're losing the different layers that we got going on with the fingers, and we opt to do this. So what is something that we could do? What's a different way that you could maybe grip? Like maybe this queen doesn't have to be dumped, right? Maybe instead of dumping to be right on top, perpendicular, maybe you can still dump it, or maybe you can even go to like some type of this type of thing. I don't know if that's on. So like some type of this, because we're like here, and instead of just going like that, you can go like whoa. Or if you got, imagine you get this on here, and now you got like a hinge or something. I think the world's your oyster, but consider keeping it in the fingers for a little bit longer, but also keep that floppiness, you know? That's what I like to see. And I think that's my comments for this, because I do really like the closer a lot. The closer is so good, and the opener is nice. Yeah, that's a really nice opener, in my opinion. I love that pinky stealing the skater cut, and that spin. Yeah, it's nice. It's just good stuff all around, really. All right, move reviewed. Okay, I just dropped also like most of my cards on the floor. Yes, we love to see it. All right, who's next? Uh-oh. We got a big boy. Got a big boy in here. This one I've been personally very excited for. It is. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, so this is Kikoa. And Kikoa says it's a rough take, but you get the idea. Now, this is crazy with the red dragon. Okay, so I feel like I'm not gonna have much to say for this, just because Kikoa is like on some like god shit recently, but I guess you never know, really. Okay, I might have to zoom out a little bit for you, Kikoa. Make sure that everything. We want to make sure that we see all of you, right? Or would we rather have it big and make me smaller? Make me smaller? No. Okay. Also, I was just thinking about this. Shout out to Leo for his move review series he did, like in 2016 or whatever that was. That I wish there was more of that, but then I kind of stopped. So this one's for you, buddy. Right? I'm carrying on the torch. He was probably better at it than me, but this is still fun. I'm enjoying doing it. Hopefully, I have something valuable to say. Okay, Kiko, what do we got? He's probably playing like stupid music. Oh no, he's not. Let's go. Ah, shit. Also, I keep forgetting to turn it off. Do not disturb. But once again, I got some just got some interesting DMs. This is gonna be a fun series. Okay, let's watch again. For real this time. Oh yeah, that's... Dude, what the fuck? I hate this, bro. So, fucking Kakawa, dude. Fucking Kakawa. Bro, fuck off. That is so good. That is such a good mechanic. And that's such an interesting display. What it... Pinching it on the short side with the thumbs is so interesting. We're here, yeah. That pinch is crazy. And then that is really cool. Alright, so let's get into it. So instead of saying why it's bad, I think I'm going to attempt to say why it's good. And then also, I think there's stuff that I can talk about with the closer. So let's just go into it. The opener is just solid. I mean, that's just good packet cutting right there. And then make sure y'all peep what I'm talking about with the fingers versus the palm here. How he kind of balances having both. So yeah, this is just good technique here of having something coming up and having all the stuff behind, and the way he frames it. It's all super good. So this pinch, literally he's doing like the isolation type vibe, but with a packet and with different fingers. And then how is he keeping this all square? I want to know that actually so badly. So you kind of do the isolation, and then he just grabs it. Like, he was like, and then just like grabs it. What a cool little fucking mechanic. This slight bend, also fire. And then recontextualizes it by changing this. Sometimes, y'all, if you get into like a weird position, like, I don't know, you're doing your thing or whatever, and you have like some weird hand stuff going on sometimes, and you don't know what to do, all you have to do is just literally move where your hands are and don't change the grip at all, and the whole thing will just be recontextualized in an interesting like way. I don't know how else to explain it other than watch this move or like other moves. And the same thing goes for if you're in a normal grip and you feel like you're lost. Sometimes all it takes is doing the same grip but just moving your hands, and you'll see like an entirely different move in front of you, and you can do like really cool things. So then we get that. I think this combination could be stronger, but I mean I really like everything up until then. I think this combination could be stronger. It's a bit obscured. I think we want something a bit more in our face and a bit more direct. I think, yeah, because that's a more direct combination. Those both, the 3-2 and the 2-1, are both more direct. And I think that's what we want out of the 4-3. This is a bit just kind of like, oh, it kind of drops. I think a drop could be cool. I know Kiko's been on that Quentin type vibe. A drop could be cool. However, I don't know if that was the right play. I think this could be a move that is extended, maybe. Yeah, but it's a decent length. I don't know where it would close, but maybe extend it by like half a beat and get something more direct and in front instead of kind of side vibes. This is like a side combo. Having something like would be cool, and then having something. Is there anything you can do with the pinch? I don't really think you can do the pinch stuff again. But yeah, that's what I would say is you can make it more direct. And imagine if you had a fourth packet here, right? Imagine you just had a fourth packet. The structure would be super cool. But anyways, this is really cool. I love this, the thumb in front with the thumb behind. It's such an interesting grip. And then you have like the kind of griff, like delayed resolution here. Close it. The classic, just like Trin-esque, like type of closer. It's good stuff. As expected. Good move, Mr. Tech. Hopefully, that I wasn't blocking you. I don't think I was. Blocking you. All right. Next. Think we have how much time do we have? We have time for like one more. Looks like we got time for one more. And we got another fun name in the DMs. We got Ben Schulte, who says, flow could be a little swishier, a little more snappy, but I like the mechanics and structures. Not posted yet, because I really want to get performance looking elegant. Think Aslan, kind of. Okay, I'm thinking Aslan, okay? That's Aslan is, there's a lot to be expected of Think Aslan, Bar is pretty high. Alright. Let's get into it, Ben, aka 52. FKA 52. The anyone, the highlighter ones. Uh-oh, thumb clip. Uh-oh. How is this Aslan? I'm thinking like Linus or something. I see what you mean about the snappiness. I'm gonna watch this a couple more times, I think. Okay, this is actually pretty cool. I'm not super into this type of stuff usually, but I am more into it than usual. One more time. Okay, because there is a lot going on. Okay, so I'm going to start with what I really like, which is this kind of beginning type vibe here. So this particular motion right there is so cool to me. Pushing that up. So, okay. How do I explain? Well, it would help if my entire computer didn't lag every time it came up. That would probably help a little bit. Okay, so having the thumb clip, having this packet, right? And then pushing that middle packet while keeping the thumb clip and having it come on top and then that come in, this kind of like serpentine kind of motion that we got going on is actually really, 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 really cool. Not something I can directly recall seeing before. Also, I'm like not even, oh, I need to be bigger. No. Okay. It's actually really cool. So what, like thumb clip here, this comes like here, over, this comes like in between, this comes here. That's a really cool thing, and I kind of wish that the whole move was exploring that, because after that, I mean, we get to interesting places. I mean, there's some interesting shapes here with the 5. However, I think maybe not including this extra card here might actually make the whole thing stronger. And if you do have this extra card here, maybe continuing that kind of three-headed snake type vibe. If you continued that structure kind of on the opposite way, in the other hand, I think we could really be onto something. Like, imagine you had like the thumb clip here, right, in this hand, but then on your other hand, you also had like the thumb clip vibe, right? So you have like this, and then you have the other one, and you're just like continually serpentining between like the two. I mean, that's just like one idea that comes to mind, but like, I think playing with that idea of it continually ebbing and flowing would be cool. And I think that this other single card that we have kind of prevents you from doing it, especially in this grip. This grip, I was kind of talking about yesterday about how this is just kind of an awkward little grip because there's nothing, you know, it's just kind of hanging out, you know? There's not much founding it, right? But once again, I think then grabbing it with the pinky, doing the bonsai type vibe, spinning it, I think we get out of it in a decent way, and there's nothing that's bad. Also, I think you could have closed maybe a beat earlier. I don't think we need to go to 90-degree vibes, but I think, so you maybe can close it earlier, but maybe play around with like a different, or play around with making it more of a themey type thing, because that's such a cool thing. It comes in between. Oh, it's so cool. Like, I think we can go further. I think you can push this idea further. Not everything has to be a thematic cut, but when you have a theme or not a theme, but when you have something that is that cool, I feel like it's such a missed opportunity to explore it. I feel like that's really my thoughts on the whole matter. If you disagree, let me know. I'd love to hear how stupid I am. But I don't know. I think that's a cool idea. So let's see, how many more do I have left after this, so I can get you all like an estimate of how many episodes there might be. Okay, so we have like, I'll probably have like 3 episodes for y'all. 3 more episodes, if you like it. I'm gonna do it whether you like it or not, because I want to make sure everyone who submitted gets to see it. But if you have any tips, let me know. And yeah, this was a fun one. Thanks for submitting. And if you're seeing this and you're like, man, I missed it, man, just shoot me a DM, man. Just do it. Why not? And anyways, see you sometime. Bye bye.